Once we learn the 12-bar chord structure, we can take any lick or riff and turn it into an entire 12-bar solo. For instance, take the John Mayall style blues rock riff that we learned earlier. This is also similar to Magic Dick's snow cone riff. Now, we can create a subdominant part that's equivalent to our original by blowing out on the 4 and 5 and then breathing in on the 3, 4 in this rhythm pattern. 2 outs on the 4 and 5, 1 in on the 3 and 4. We can make it even more exciting if we inhale dwa, dwa on the 3 and 4 hole. Practice inhaling some dwas. Keep your nose shut. Dwa, dwa, dwa. Do it percussively on the 3 and 4. Drop your jaw, snap your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Do it on the 4 and 5. Very nice bendy effect that we'll practice for a long time and perfect. Let's try some dwas on the subdominant part of the Mayall style riff. Get ready with your lips on the 4 and 5 out. Count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Again. Now let's just learn a dominant and second subdominant part, and we'll put them together to form a dynamite solo. For the dominant second subdominant, lips on the 4 and 5 holes, give me 4 inhaled dwas, 1 out breath, 3 beats of silence, like this. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, again. 1, 2, 3. Put them together in the following order and you'll have a great solo. Here we go. Watch it a couple times before you even try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now blow it. Then back to. Then up to. 1, 2, 3. And that's all there is to it. The late Sonny Terry and his nephew J.C. Burris were 2 of the finest country blues harmonica players ever to live. Coming from the Piedmont section of North Carolina, they played trains and fox hunts and blues of all sorts. I was privileged to be friends with J.C. for many years and to get to know Uncle Son through J.C. One of my favorite trains was taught to me by J.C. It uses a single note 1 in, so you'll have to learn that. Now the easiest way to get the single 1 in is to put your lips on the 1, 2, and 3 in, and then angle the high end of the harmonica away from your mouth so that your mouth is kind of over the corner of the harmonica, and just catching the edge of the number 1 hole. Practice that until you can get a semi-reliable 1 in. Then try this train. It starts with a in on 1, 2, 3, another one, and out there, then a single 1 in. Practice that. Again. Now, do the second half of the train riff. Put the 2 together, 4. Try, once you can do that, breaking up the second 1, 2, 3 in into 2 parts by going. You can either take 2 separate little puffs or use your tongue to go da-da. When you can do that, which may take quite a bit of practice, you can break up the 1, 2, 3 out in the first half of the riff into two parts as well, like this. When you can do that nice and smoothly, it's time to add a Sonny style whistle. Shake on the 4 and 5 in. Follow it with a nice single number 6 hole out. Easier to do if you put your fingertip over the number 6 hole to help guide you back to that 6 hole. So in, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now shake and dwa at the same time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put the train and the whistle together and then throw on a characteristic Piedmont blues ending. Long in on the 1, 2, 3. Then a fast, wet-lipped slide blowing out right off the end of the harmonica. Put them all together to get something like this at the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, when JC or Uncle Son play this, they do it fast with lots of hand wah-wah. Now it's time to return to the blues scale, the heart of blues music. Of course, I don't expect you to play the bent notes yet, but we can do an approximation of the blues scale. This blues scale, which goes between the 6 out and the 2 in, or the 2 in and the 6 out, depending on which direction you're going in, is called the cross or second position blues scale. The definition of cross or second position is using a blues scale that goes between the 2 and the 6 hole. There are other notes that can be used along with it, but these will be the most important ones that we use. You'll have to start working on single notes now, crimping your lips in as though you were drinking through a straw or whistling. You might want to try sticking the point of your tongue into a hole of the harmonica, for instance the number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To help get the whole of your mouth centered on the whole of the harmonica. Seems a little weird, but it works fairly well. You can also use your little method of putting the fingertip over the number 6 hole to find it. I'd like you now, doing that, putting your finger over the 6 hole to give me a 6 out, as single as you can get it, but don't worry if you let a little 5 and 7 in. 6 out, 5 in, 4 in. Again. Or if you can do it single. Now, stay on the 4. Do it again, stay on the 4, blow out on the 4, in on the 3, and in on the 2. So we'll start on the 6. And there's our simple approximation of the blues scale. Let's do it once more at the count of 4. 1 note per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice that a little, because soon we'll be using it in improvisation. I'd also like to mention another scale that's important, the major scale. That's our old friend, the do-re-mi. Although outside the scope of this lesson, if you like playing songs, you might want to practice the major scale, which runs between the 4 out and the 7 out. Starting on the 4 out, we would go 4 out, 4 in, 5 out, 5 in, 6 out, 6 in, keep breathing in on the 7, and then 7 out. If you can play that, there are literally thousands of folk songs and classical songs that you'll be able to play. You might want to check out my offer for the Pocket Harmonica Songbook at the end of this tape.